If you've known me for a while, you knew that I'm a big game show fan. Game shows really grew on me because they encouraged viewers like me to play along and have fun with the action. These were the kinds of shows meant for all audiences, and no matter what, you could watch them over and over again. Whether you re-binge the Jeopardy! Tournament of Champions on ABC, or a Lingo compilation by Game Show Network, or maybe even press your luck for several hours on Buzzer, these shows can arguably become more entertaining the more that you rewatch them, and the more that you grow on them. However, there are some shows that don't really hold up. Game shows with questionable gameplay, or rather gameplay that changed for the worst. While the aforementioned trio of game shows have been revived for the current decade, most of the common rules and respective lore that made the show special remained intact. This makes sense since these game shows were initially on traditional broadcast television where anyone had direct access to them. But there are game shows on cable where the execs are commonly more greedy and interfere with work however possible to squeeze out every last penny. And my network in question is Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon!
On your mark. Get set. Go!
These two teams are tied together trying to spoon their cups full with rice. The first pair to pack it in wins $20 and control of the most daringly different show on television, Double Dare.
It all started with 1986's Double Dare, hosted by Mark Summers. It was a smash hit and was the very show that saved Nickelodeon to begin with. Those first 70 episodes were a batch of gems, and money was coming in faster than execs ever could have anticipated. As a result, we got several more incarnations of the show, to the point where by the end of the show's run in 1993, nearly 500 episodes were produced.
Here it is, over here, here's GaS. We are down to 12 seconds. Can they pull it off? Here's the flag, here's the exchange. We're down to 8 seconds. Pull it down. Where's that flag? They did it! With 4 seconds remaining!
The various incarnations of the show actually enhanced the show towards fans, as it included the whole family, celebrities, and then some, to put more variability and fun into the program. Even reruns of the franchise were doing so well with their early weekend morning slots, but seeing 104 episodes every year was not satisfactory enough for the viewers or network heads. So, in early 1999, Nickelodeon released a subchannel that was exclusive to their game shows, Nick GaS. This would be a great syndication ground for these game shows like Nick Arcade, Legends of the Hidden Temple, Guts, and of course, Double Dare. These shows were pulling in all the dollars necessary, but by a good outlier, Double Dare brought the most money. And Nickelodeon asked themselves, could we redo this game show, especially for a new generation of families and kids? And inevitably, they gave us their first reboot ever, the show that would put a mark of legacy and shame for the network. Double Dare 2000.
On your mark. Get set. Go!
These two teams are refeathering these fowls and sending them flying back to their coop cage compadres. The first team to catch and stuff 5 chickens in their coop gets control of round 1 on the show where slime is number 1 with the bullet Double Dare 2000!
This reboot premiered on January 22nd of that year, a mere 17 days after starting taping, and was a commercial and, more importantly, critical failure. Nick was hoping to capitalize on the show that was their first cash cow, only to see it backfire so strongly. The new host, modernized set, gameplay, interaction, and even prizes left a lot to be desired for fans old and new. So after that initial order of 67 episodes, they realized that the modern version of the show was far from viable, so it was kicked to the curb and hoped to be forgotten about. And today, I want to explain what all those problems were. Before getting into all this, I would like to give shoutouts to the people who helped make this project possible. Fampy Ken, a fan that loves the game show lore and stats. We've been friends for Brain Surge for 6 years now, and that's very special. Vahan Nisanian, a guy who's been an avid viewer of Nickelodeon and the Double Dare franchise since nearly the beginning. Race Olympics, the game show trader who archives and collects every game show that matters, no matter the circumstance. I also want to thank those encoders for Nick GaS back in 2005. And longtime viewers like you. Thank you. Now, I'm writing this the day after releasing the pilot that was streamed to my YouTube channel, and I'm very impressed with how the turnout appeared. And that makes me extremely faithful that I can get a lot of content into this project, no matter how long it may take. In fact, I'm not expecting this full video to be released until April, May, like around when I finish my semester. So I have a lot of things to experiment with here. I wanted to make a video essay that really hadn't been done before, but also one that seemed so untouched upon that would spark new wonders into Nickelodeon lore. Side note, you may see some manual recordings in my video because I want to get around that stupid copyright law that no one likes, so I apologize for that inconvenience. It will be a long ride, so be patient and you'll find out some very shocking and interesting things along the way. So let's get this thing started.
Up next, the mess for the new millennium. Double Dare 2000.
To start off, we must talk about each host's background and how that helped or hindered. When it comes to the original host, Mark Summers, he had plenty of exposure to a live audience as he had jobs as a magician in local theaters. TV executives loved his acts, so much so that he got a call from Nick exec Jeffrey Darby at the start of September 1986 to audition as a probable host for our beloved original game show.
For example, I'm going to show you part of the audition tape that landed me this job.
Started off as a page and worked my way up, actually starting off as a game show writer. I go back to Truth or Consequences days. I wrote the last year Bob Barker was the host of that show.
Talk about embarrassing.
Out of hundreds, if not thousands of hosts, Mark was chosen, and rightfully so. He delivered instructions and conversations so well to the kids that it almost felt like he was one of them. And let's not forget his iconic opening lines for each episode.
On your mark. Get set. Go!
These two teams are slurping with straws.
Throughout each episode, he had the confidence to read off a question, anticipate an answer, dare, or challenge, and promptly align with it. He wanted these kids to have a good time, so he avoided talking down to them and explained things in a respectful and fun manner.
And we'll talk about this show we call Double Dare. It's one where daring for dollars will double your bucks, and here's how that works. I'm going to ask you a question, and if you don't know the answer or think the other team hasn't got a clue, you can dare them to answer it for double the dollars. But be careful, because they can always double dare you back for 4 times the amount, and then you either have to answer that question or take the physical challenge. Good luck to the Spuds and to the King Cobras.
Every now and then, he'll even throw in a good joke.
King Cobras, Jay and Emily, are in the lead as far as control goes. And we'll just wait for them to get back in place. We will, yes. Would you like to sing? Sure. When Irish eyes... Oh, gosh, there they are. What kind of leaf is on a Canadian flag?
Maple leaf.
Yes, you are right again. Adam, I'm sure he'll let you speak sooner. Jerry gets into this game. I love it. It's great. Okay, how many sets of triplets would it take to fill a classroom with 93 seats?
31.
You are right. Nice job. Hi, Josie. Hi, Angela. How are you? Hi. Get there sooner or later, I'm sure.
When it comes to the challenges, he was able to demonstrate the tasks for the players so nicely that not only would it give them the confidence to play, success or not, but his charisma made the other people at home want to be part of his show as well. He wanted to be leading off a show where kids could have the time of their life while winning good money and prizes, and having an engaging, happy, even energetic host was sure to do just that.
Over here we have a patient, and the patient is an egg. Oh, and it's cracked. Oh, we don't want that to happen. And you have to get the egg from this side of the stage over to the other side of the stage into that little area right Dave got it really bad, didn't he? I didn't mean that, Dave. Anyway, walk right over here. And, Jerry, if you can move back in this direction and hold that. And what I want you to do is hold that. And you have to actually turn the other direction, make it a little bit more difficult. And Robin will put an egg over there on the egg ambulance. What you have to do is make it go all the way over here and land in that little baby bed in 20 seconds or less. If it drops down, come back and get another one. Robin will give you a fresh egg. Okay. On your mark. Get set. Go! Let's see if they can get it from one side of the stage to the other without dropping. That is really a hard thing to do. They've got the right idea, and if they get it in the bed, oh! Go on back, get another one, go back, get another one. You got 9 seconds. You came very, very close. $40 still at stake. Can they pull it off? No! Now I want to see you jump up and down. Let's see, you got $40. Let's see it. Yay! Okay.
Should Mark ever make a mistake, however, he was able to brush it off very nicely with a slight hit of self-deprecation that's honestly quite relatable.
In what southeastern state would you visit towns named Weeki Wachee and Kissimmee, Florida? Oh, I'm sorry, I gave the answer. Weeki Wachee and Kissimmee are in Florida. Let's get rid of that one, and I'll ask you another $20 question. Thank you so much. I get no money.
Even in the case of a physical challenge, he can correct his mistake without making the team lose their confidence, keeping the fun, and even making them win after all.
That, Robin, but you will be sending him back and forth like this, all right? Now, your job, you come over here, I want you to stand over there, is to take these pies and grab them one at a time and start sending them down in this direction, okay? They will go down the ramp. Now, you don't want to just send one at a time. You want to send as many pies as possible, because if you time this out perfectly, sir, when you get in this direction, your job is to pick up the pie as it's coming down. And once you get that pie, you know where you want it to go? Yes, throw it right in your face. You seem so eager to do this. I cannot believe it. Yes. So you must stay right over here. You can't move forward. There must be 4 direct hits in her face. If you can time it perfectly, this can happen rather quickly. Sometimes it doesn't happen at all. We're going to start this pie right back over there. Send the pies. Oops, that's all right. We've got plenty more, believe me. You have 30 seconds to hit 4 pies. Yes. Get set. Go! Come on, send those pies. Get, no, whoa. Stop. Gotta stop. You have to start swinging him. That one's for free on us, okay? No, down to clean her up. Set the clock back for 30 seconds, if you would, please. Very good. So you got to start him swinging. Put that pie down, sir. Okay. On your mark. Start him swinging. Get set. Go! That's the way to do it. And there's 1. We've got to get 4 of them. Now there's 2. They have this down. No, that didn't hit. We've only got 2. We need to get 4. No, it didn't hit. You got to hit it in the face. We've got 2 so far. Keep those pies going. Keep those pies going. We have 2 of them. There's 3. We need 1 more. 1 more with 11 seconds. Keep those pies going. Come on, send that pie over there. Yes, they got it. There's 4 of them. Congratulations. They had 6 seconds remaining. Congratulations.
To enhance all goodness on the obstacle course, he narrates what happens while still directing the people on how to complete it all.
You wait over here, it says Revenge of the Living Deck, and that's what we're going to have, the Revenge. And it's time to go up with 30 seconds. They can still pull it off. The next one is quite difficult, though. Grab that flag. Here we go up number 6, and that is the rough line. Can they pull it off? Leap up there, going up. Number 7 is coming up, and that is a very large flag. Grab it over there. Yes, there we go with 15 seconds remaining. Let's get inside the very large clam. But there's the flag. Number 8 with 9 seconds remaining. Go ahead and grab the flag.
He even decides to join in on the mess. If it's the case when he's really into the chaos.
You can give me a bad thing anything you want. Thanks for watching us on Family Double Dare, folks. I don't think there's much time. I think I'm in big trouble.
In fact, you know what makes that so great? Mark has OCD. Yes, he hosted a show dedicated to mess and, while not diagnosed until years later, handled these tendencies with great masking and confidence. Wowie, that is a host of pure devotion right there. This makes Mark seem as charismatic as can be, right? Indeed, so I bet you're wondering, how does Jason Harris do in comparison? Well, he's lackluster at best, and abysmal at worst.
On your mark. Get set. Go!
Take how he asks the questions. He actively tries turning them into jokes.
Which one of these actors immortalized the bumbling Inspector Clouseau in the Pink Panther films? Was it Alec Guinness, Laurence Olivier, or Peter Sellers? Who is Inspector Clouseau?
Peter Sellers.
Peter Sellers, yes, he is Inspector Clouseau. And they're up to 125. Very nice run right now for the Blue Gak Attacks. If I wanted to have a nacho with Nebuchadnezzar, I'd have to time travel to what ancient country? Babylonia, Carthage, or Pompeii? Having a nacho with him. I'll say that over and over again, all show.
Dare.
They are daring. Okay, Red Lightning Limbs. You can get on the board right now, $50, or you can double dare if you're not sure. If you wanted to have a nacho with...
Double dare.
He doesn't even want to hear the choices. He's going to double dare. Very good. Okay, it's now worth $100 or our first physical challenge of the day.
Physical challenge.
Yes, he got it out. They're going to go for that physical challenge. Nebuchadnezzar. You'd be in Babylonia with Nebuchadnezzar.
I get what he's trying to do here, but the setup is so contrived that the humor doesn't feel like anything worth laughing over. His jokes commonly do not land, especially not in a natural fashion.
You know, now the whole studio is going to smell like fish forever. Good gosh. Oh.
This even carries over to the physical challenge, where not only is he acting incredibly cocky, but he takes way too much time giving exposition of the task to these people, basically talking down to them.
God. Well, we've just got a mess waiting for you over here. We've got some gravy over here. And over here, you're going to come over, check out this gravy. Now, it looks all smooth and nice, but believe it or not, inside this gravy are some lumps. Who would like to be the one to dig through and find the lumps? Would you like to be that person?
Yeah.
Okay, now you feel good about your throwing arm? How's your throwing arm? Very good, because you're going to then come on over here. Come on over here. You're going to dig around and find these lumps. And, Mom, you're going to come over here and stand behind this line here. You're going to catch the lumps as she throws them to you and put them in this bowl right here. You have to get 4 lumps. 4 lumps. Now, there's lots of lumps in there. You got to get 4 lumps and toss them across and catch them and put them in the bucket in 30 seconds. Now, if you do that, you get another $100. You have $225 to 0 lead. You have a very big lead. If you don't do it, $100, boom, right over here, and we got a game. 4 lumps in 30 seconds. Here we go. On your mark, get set, go! She's taken, and she throws, and whoa, score! We got a goal. Ooh, little short hop there. And there's one. They got one. 18 seconds left. No, not on a bounce. Got to do it on a fly. 14 seconds left, and she's digging, trying to find a lump. There's a lump in there. She may have to dive in. 7. Oh, my. Well, she got 2 lumps. None of them were caught there. And no. Okay, stop right there. You had to get 4 lumps. Lumps are all over the stage, but no, only 1 is in there. So, $100.
Think of Steve from Blue's Clues without his adult charm.
Oh, I know what you're thinking. We should probably clean up first, right? Okay. Nice and pretty. I'm ready. Let's go. Oops. I forgot. We should probably clean this up, too.
That's a very similar problem with Jason here. Another thing is that he's getting unnecessarily proximate to these players where it would be likely to hinder their ability to complete the challenges despite his intentions being otherwise.
Yes, indeed. Yes, let's put McKinley in. Look at you in that hat. Aren't you feeling kind of country right now?
Yes.
Yes, say yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
There you go. She's good. All right. Give it up for McKinley quick. Okay.
It's nothing but condescension, which is what Nick is known for avoiding. For instance, take a look at this challenge and how long it takes.
Come on, down with me. Come right over here. Stand by me there. You like pizza? Brittany, you like pizza?
I'm not Brittany. I'm McKinley.
Oh, you're McKinley. Do you like pizza?
Yes.
Yes, you do? It's a great food, isn't it? Well, you know what? We're gonna make a pizza. We're gonna pack a pizza to go. So you guys come with me. You stand over here. McKinley, I'm gonna get that right now. McKinley, this is our special sauce gack. What's gonna happen is a pie is gonna come out here. Let's send a pie out just to demo this here. There you go. That's right, this is our conveyor belt, right? A pie's gonna come out. You're gonna put on the sauce. That's your job, okay?
Okay.
All right, you're doing that. And you, sir, are gonna put on some cheese, lots of cheese, because we like a lot of cheese on our pizza, don't we?
Yes.
Yes, very important. Okay, and then Mom, I'm gonna give you this job. This is our little spatula here. And Dad, you're gonna box pizzas over here. Mom, you're gonna send that pizza over. No, that's too easy. You can't walk it over. You have to turn around like that, yes. And flip it over. Go ahead, try flipping one over. Yeah, whoa. It is high, it is far, it is gone. No, you don't wanna do it that hard. But Dad, come on over here. Your job is to catch the pizzas. And see what you wanna do, these full pizzas we made up, you wanna catch 5 pizzas in 30 seconds, okay? Seems kinda easy, doesn't it? Now, you know what? Yes, he has to close the box and send it to go. That's why it's pizza to go. Yeah. But you know what? You can go for the $200 physical challenge, or if you want, we can juice it up, you know, and do that. Hey, you know what? Tia, come out, bring out that Triple Dare challenge out here. In here, we got the Triple Dare challenge, and if you take this, it's suddenly worth $300, which can give you a very nice lead. And we'll also throw in a little bonus prize. Hey, Tiffany, what is that bonus prize?
From Zenith, enjoy crystal clear pictures and sound with the Zenith DVD player. Widescreen picture and Dolby sound deliver a theater experience at home. Another home entertainment machine from Zenith.
A DVD. You have a DVD yet?
We don't.
You don't. It's a nice thing to have, isn't it? Great sound, good picture.
Yes.
It's up to you guys, though. You have to decide. If you want to go, we'll make it a little more challenging. $300. Oh, they want you to do it. It's up to you, though. They're saying go for it, but hey, that's up to you. What do you think?
I say we go for it.
They're going for the Triple Dare challenge. It's a celebration, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's a party. All right, let's see what that Triple Dare challenge is, shall we? Oh, my. Oh, my. It's an anchovy. Oh, God, I personally don't like that on my pizza, but you know what? We're going to add, you have to, once you get those pizzas boxed, you have to take the last pizza, bring it over here, and add the anchovies. Mom, you're going to help out by running over there and dumping that on his pizza there, okay?
Dumping it on the last pizza.
The last pizza.
Okay.
If you do it all in 30 seconds, you get $300, you get the DVD player,
So the last
and a
pizza
huge
he
lead.
puts underneath there, and then I have to run over there.
You run over there and dump them on.
All right.
All right, they feel good. Are you ready? On your mark, get set. This anchovy's dying. Go! That's it. Send the cheese on over. Oh, there. Flip that up. Hey, very good. Very good. Oh, my. No, you can't. There's two. Send you have to catch it with the spatula. You have to catch it with the spatula. We have 3. We have 3. No, you send it on over. 4. Okay, you got 4. And 5. Hey, add the anchovies. 5 seconds, add the anchovies. Quickly. Oh, no. So close, but you get to experience anchovy juice anyway. But no, you don't get it. $300 and the DVD to the red team.
Now take a look at that similar challenge with Mark.
A physical challenge right over here for the entire family. Step out here. Over on this side. Stand next to me, Wilbur, if you would. And everybody join us. You can wipe your feet down, sure. Now, you're from New Jersey, and some of the best pizza in the world as you can hear, is is in the New York area. Now, do you like pizza?
Yes, I love it.
You love it?
Love it.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. Have you ever wanted to work in a pizza factory at all?
Not really.
Well, today we're going to make you do that. Go over there and we're going to show you some boxes. I want you to go over there and say hi to Robin because we have some pizza boxes. And Jamie, could you open up those boxes? And there's nothing in it. And I think we should resolve that because I have 5 pizza boxes over here, and your family instantly became members of our family Double Dare restaurant. We have 1 spatula, we have 2 spatulas, and we have 3 spatulas. And in just a second, you're going to see lots of pizzas coming out of that conveyor belt. When I say go, you must take a pizza, put it on this one, then try and put it on this one, and finally over here on the 3rd spatula, and then you must take it and put it over there in the box. If you can get 5 pizzas in the box, closed up and stacked over there in 30 seconds or less, you're going to have $200. Otherwise, it's going to the other side. I think they can do it. Let's see. 30 seconds on the clock. Audience, cheer them on. On your mark. Get set. Go! Here we go. Here goes pizza number 1. And this is where it gets difficult. They need to get it. Whoa, it fell off. Keep going over here, Mom. We need to get 5 of them in the box. Here's number 1 going. Oh, it dropped down. You're going to have to be a little bit more careful because there we go. We got 1 in with 14 seconds. We're going to have to move a little bit. Ryan's got it now. That's 2 pieces. Here comes pizza number 3 with 8 seconds. Ah, yes, they got 3 of them. Here's number 4 with 4 seconds. Oh, they just missed. They only got 4. We're going to put $200 over here. Let's go up here and play some more Family Double Dare.
See, Mark is succinct with the instructions that he gives the players, so there's a smaller chance of impatience or malaise, but Jason dispenses those and then some when he's directing, so it's a more hostile situation. When it comes to the obstacle course, more troubles grow. Jason kept misnaming the title along with some of the people's names, and he shockingly admits to this in an interview.
That's it, yeah. I was like, wait a minute, so I was so focused on that, you know, between shows and backstage, it's all a blur. I barely remember anything. I just remember trying to remember what the game was, which the stunts were, and then, of course, the other challenge for me, I'm terrible with names.
Yeah.
And you had, so I ended up, very quickly, I ended up calling all the adults just Mom and Dad because I couldn't remember their names. And I think once or twice, if you watch all the shows, you'll see me get the kid's name wrong and have them correct me, and that's embarrassing.
Oh, I gotta rewatch that then.
Yeah, I don't know what episode, but I remember one specifically where the guy said, "Okay, Mary." "My name isn't Mary, it's Michelle." "Okay." "Sorry, Michelle." Yeah, and I just kept going. I'm not terrible. That's my whole life. I've been terrible with names. I mean, that's just, I've never been good at it.
Oh, it happens.
Yeah.
What's even more shocking is that of all the things given, Jason unveils a critical flaw in his position. He never watched Double Dare in the very first place. Let that sink in. Over the 13 years that the show had been on TV, he hadn't heard of it, let alone seen the program. Therefore, having an inexperienced man host this popular show puts a detriment in the charm.
Yeah, but again, really fun. I mean, it was just like, it's kind of fun. Like when you get these new experiences that you've just never done before. You know, I mean, that's kind of what drew me to all of this, to this business.
Yeah.
And as my call waiting goes while I'm talking to you, it's what drew me to the business is the fact that I could do something completely different, you know, every time out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I did that for about a year and a half, and then and around that time is when Double Dare started testing me for the show.
Yes, and that's what made everyone notice you was Double Dare 2000. Did you watch it before? Did you know the original version before you got hosted?
You know what? I was not. I never really watched Nickelodeon. I think I kind of fell into this weird category of being a little bit older, so I didn't really watch it. So oddly enough, I had never seen an episode of Double Dare. I didn't even know. The first time I auditioned, I didn't even know that it was a remake of a show. I thought it was a new show. I actually had no idea that they were bringing back a show. It was my younger brother My younger brothers told me, they were like, Jay, that's big. They were like, Double Dare is huge, Jay. Oh my, you do audition for Double Dare, that's huge.
Oh,
yeah.
So.
If you can't tell, my brothers are from New York too. Okay.
Oh, definitely, of course.
Mark fortunately had no animosity towards Jason, as he instead blamed the executives for their poor judgment and management. At this point, Mark was an executive consultant, but all the higher-ups commonly shunned his ideas away in favor of formulaic ideas for a show that needed no additions to begin with, and Jason's lack of understanding of this did not help matters. It really did not help.
Right. Oh, I almost forgot. You were a creative consultant for Double Dare 2000. Now, what was different for that? Because that show must have gone.
I'll tell you what was different. There were 17 people who thought they knew what they were talking about. Nobody listened to me, and the show came out and looked horrible. And poor kid Jason, who is a very talented young man, had a producer who he used to talk in his ear all the time, and it was just poorly produced. They thought they were trying to reinvent the wheel, and the reality of it was that they just would have left it alone. They would have been fine, and it wasn't successful. Was that because I wasn't the host? Maybe, but I thought it was poorly produced.
Yeah, I think we all have mixed feelings about the Triple Dare challenge.
That was stupid. Totally stupid.
Yeah.
Now, I want to compare Jason's wackiness to those of Fillmore for Nickelodeon Arcade and Mike O'Malley for Get the Picture. Those two hosts had better backgrounds, especially for being Florida natives. Phil was a stand-up comedian.
All of a sudden now, he's sitting there, and some foreign guy, and he looks at me and goes, Mr. Moore, how do you do? Hi, just relax. Now, I don't know about you guys out here, people out here, but my idea of relaxing is sitting down in the living room, feet up on the coffee table, couple beers, watching the ball game, Not going downtown to some cold office, nipple hard, drawers around my waist, with some foreign guy with his arm shoved up my ass to his elbow going, relax, relax.
So he was able to carry his humor and AAVE into the show with his jive singing and zany neighbor-esque persona.
Video challenge! Red team, come here! Come on over here, mosey in with me, environment. Come on and mosey. Right here, this is good. All right. Hey, video challenge, a little problem there. We started throwing the money back after you got it. Let's see how many points Kenny wagered. 20? All right, we're going to adjust the score, and we're going to play some more. Head back over. All right.
Mike O'Malley, meanwhile, always pursued acting, so he wanted to be a loud and profound guy to the point where he'd be known anywhere.
Power serve.
Where are you guys going here? You're staying right there.
MC Hammer.
You got it. Next picture, quickly. What is it? Okay, that last one was Paul McCartney. Unfortunately, you didn't get that. We put the $20, which ties up the score for the yellow team.
He's making faces like, what is Boyle's Law? I have no idea. Pick a square.
Next question. A bus driver proceeds along a busy city street with 89 passengers on board. At the first stop, 8 get off and 12 more get on. Stay with me here. At the next stop, 27 get on, 13 get off, and 4 more change their minds and get back on. Go figure, I don't know. At the next stop, 6 more passengers get on, and then a stowaway sneaks on through a window. If 17 passengers get off at the next stop, stay with me here, and the driver joins them because he's fed up with the whole thing, what color is that jumpsuit you're wearing? Orange team.
Orange?
Oh, yeah!
Jason honestly had so little background. While he did some off-Broadway shows years earlier, he was a simple guy for the Orlando studio, simply placing people around the park with little engagement or perkiness. And that is an issue because a host needs to have enthusiasm to make a show work. Incidentally, according to TV tropes, Josh Server of Nickelodeon's All That hosted a pilot on a replica of the Family Double Dare set. Could have pulled it off. Look at his humor on these episodes of Figure It Out, for example.
If I put a dress on, would you call me Susan?
Yes. He would. That's nice of you. All right, Josh.
Oh, it's my question, Summer?
Here, Danny, I'll do with that. Yes or no question? Yes, we're on to you,
Were you the star of my favorite show, California Dreams?
No. I don't know how they do this. Shows. What are the words of the answer? Shows, blink, 8 minutes, your blink. World blink. Josh.
Are you the first girl country line dancing chicken eating champion?
No. That question was. Use the clues. Josh, you're so ready.
I'm so eager, Summer.
You're starting it.
Were you the first girl in?
1 minute on the clock.
Wait.
Ready. Go.
Were you the first girl in the world to ever think Danny was attractive?
No.
That's so mean, dude.
I love Danny. There's lots of people that think.
Clock's running. Do I look?
Take a little slime shower. A slime shower.
Woo! Sure I am some.
You're awake now. Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
I only have one question. Do I look pretty? I mean, do I?
That's a yes.
I
Oh
do.
my gosh.
Yes, he's loud and pompous, but he's still rather young, and he knows how his style of comedy plans to enlighten kids and adults. Being an All That cast member, the SNL for kids, it has good context.
No, I'm sorry, you lose. What? Look, I didn't have 400 meatballs. No, actually, you ate 403 meatballs. That's 3 too many. I'm sorry. Get out of here! Tune in next time.
Jason, unfortunately, was aware that he could not handle carrying any charm that he could never achieve. So after seeing episodes with Mark, he knew he was in trouble. Now that we've discussed the downsides to the new host, let's talk about the rooms that they are surrounded by. When you look at the sets between these two versions, it's practically night and day. Sure, the models and technology would be enhanced for the year 2000, but that's where all the goodness ends. Observe the 1989 set of Double Dare in Philly. We see a large portion of the studio, the whole soundstage in fact, dedicated to the course with obstacles placed evenly throughout the base, and across them would be the audience, hundreds of patrons waiting to see their players enjoy a taping session of fun, mess, and prizes. Perpendicular to the watchers is the main stage with the podium of the blue team, Mark, and red team respectively. And the colors are awesomely bright to attract any kid and make their parents feel nostalgic for their own youth as well. In fact, when we get to the next set, it retains the bright colors but spreads out the two teams, and instead of triangular scoreboards, we have larger rectangular ones. More notably, the main stage is on the wide side of the studio, mainly to accommodate for more difficult yet compelling physical challenges, and the audience is now more around the perimeter to see it all, especially the obstacle course. Now comes Double Dare 2000. While the dimensions are similar to the later 1989 set, this is in fact half a soundstage like most of the Orlando productions were. The colors are much brighter to the point where the show wants to appeal exclusively to the youngest of viewers. There's much more checkerboarding than before, alongside bigger blues and reds and yellows. The lights are also much stronger than they were in the 90s, making viewing the stage honestly a bit more difficult. As for the actual props, while they may retain the same size as previous versions, they are not only too bright, but also feel detached from the visuals of the show. The clashing colors simply do not end well. Even for the year 2000, this art was kind of out of style. Again, this still is a bit of nostalgia bait, but the show kind of came out a bit too early to be a reboot, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. As for the obstacles, there's a very mixed bag. Some of the obstacles retain their good fun physically and visually, like Kid Wash, Gumdrop, the Hamster Wheel, and the Blimp. Other times, obstacles like Pipeline, In One Ear, Blue Plate Special, and The Ringer were designed in ways that lacked good change. Like The Ringer used to have a very cool creative GaC ramp part, but now it was a consistent rainbow trail that gets boring quickly, not to mention that it has been renamed Kid Squisher, but more on these changes of names in the next section. Also, the signs are so generic with the large golden numbers and the easily switchable green signs rather than the hard plastic and porcelain posts that had creative work for whatever obstacle was being denoted. It was such a sad step down to see the show's most iconic round be so genericized, but again, I'll discuss this more in detail for the next section. One more thing to touch upon, the show had 2 sessions, J and K, that were filmed in widescreen, as in 16:9 HD. This was primarily due to a sponsorship with Sony, wherein they also offered one of their great TVs as a grand prize. I use great lightly. It's a huge fat TV. But one more time, we'll discuss these prizes later. These 5 episodes, picture quality aside, look pretty I mean, it's simply additional material on the left and right sides of the screen for the same stuff that you had seen before. iCarly has a similar problem for it being filmed in 60:9 despite explicit accommodations for the 4:3 aspect ratio. So the sponsorship for the end of January, or actually the start of February, was kind of a bust too. After all, Nick wouldn't start the HD feed for 8 years. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into the actual meat, the content and games for the show, and the arguable downgrades. To remind you of Double Dare's gameplay, the format follows as such. The host will ask a $10 or $25 question, and you can either answer it or dare to the other team for double the dollars. And if the other team doesn't know, then they do the eponymous double dare to quadruple the amount of money and return the question to the original team, where they must either answer it or take the physical challenge. The challenge in question would be a simple yet messy game to fulfill a task like filling up a jug of root beer, or trying to pop balloons with your head, or trying to make pizzas on a conveyor belt and send them into their boxes. Should the team win it, they get their 40 or 100 for round 1, otherwise the opposing team gets it. I say round 1 because in round 2, it's, well, double the dollars, yet the same game, mind you, old version. There's a big double-edged sword when it comes to the rules in Double Dare 2000, because while the initial part of the gameplay remains, they introduced the contentious Triple Dare challenge, which would be a difficulty added to the challenge worth $300 for round 2, rather than Family Double Dare's $200. Additionally, a prize would be on offer should the challenge be done successfully, a prize otherwise given for obstacles 6 or 7. The problem here is that the upgraded challenges were not only much harder than the original, but at the expense of the team, Jason often pressures them into doing the Triple Dare challenge against their will, and more often than not, they lose the money and prize to the other team. To be fair, though, they don't always lose the Triple Dare challenge. The stats for the challenges go as follows. Throughout the 67 episodes in 2000, 34 teams, roughly half, took the Triple Dare challenge, and of those 34 teams, 19 of them lost that challenge, meaning that the winning rate for those who took it was about 44%. However, if you take into account all the episodes that include those who said no to begin with, the winning rate goes down to 22%, so the challenge rate is not totally reliable here. Comparing this to the 1992 season, we had a round 2 challenge win rate, omitting the Tournament of Champions, of 29 wins over 62 challenges, or roughly 47%, which is still more than the fixed 44 of those who won the accepted Triple Dare challenge 8 years later. While we're discussing the second round specifically, I want to compare how long each round takes for the respective shows. In this situation, we will be looking at one round 2 for each show and comparing the times and content given to us. Let's start off with this 1992 episode.
Judd was pecking away, and his hat came apart. It just blew off there. What happened there, sir? That one blew off. Look, what is that called, Rob? What do we...
It's a beak, and the mother did it this time.
And the mother, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. And what do we call this? Where is what's this called again? A waddle. This is called a waddle, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we are playing Family Double Dare. We have $225 to the Slime Busters, $200 over here to the Gack Whackers, $5,100, $200 on the Double Dare, if you remember those rules. Good luck. The America's Cup is a race involving what mode of transportation?
Sailboats.
Yes, right, sailboats. At $50, you have $275. You would accept a yacht, catamaran, that kind of thing. What rap star had a featured role in Boys in the Hood? Great movie. Love that movie.
Vanilla Ice.
Is incorrect. It was Ice Cube. You had the ice part right. Unfortunately, not the other part. No dare at stake. No money changing place. Control over here to the Gack Whackers. In American dry measurements, 1 peck is equal to how many quarts? Would bring up to 250, or you could dare them.
Dare.
Now worth 100. In American dry measurements, 1 peck is equal to how many quarts?
Double Dare.
Now worth 200. You got to take a physical challenge.
Physical challenge.
The answer is 8. 1 peck equal to how many quarts? The answer is 8. We have a physical challenge over here. All 4 of you, join me down here. We could have a lead change right over here. Now, do we have anybody here who was interested in pastry? Looking for somebody who likes... Do you like pastry?
No, he does.
Oh, you like pastry? Oh, sir, then you go over there and see Chris. And, in fact, you join him. And if I could have you and your brother just go over there and see Robin. Join me right over here, sir, because we love pastry so much. Let me show you the pastry we have. We have pies, ladies and gentlemen. Look at these beautiful pies. And here's what you're going to do, sir. Ma'am, your job is to put the pies where? Well, in our pie launcher. Let me show you how this works. You pull this down like this. And that's your job, sir. And, ma'am, your job is to take one of these pies and put it over here. Now, watch out, kids, because I'm going to launch this pie just like this. Watch this, folks. Yeah, oh, yeah, there you go. Almost got her. And your job is to catch those pies in your pants. Now, you have to catch 2 pies in your pants, and you have to catch 2 pies in your pants. Now, when we say go, you must start off behind this line, and you can move up as far as this, but you can never touch the circle, okay? You cannot go up to this distance. You can go up to here for you, sir, and ma'am, up to here, but you cannot be touching this line. At the end of 30 seconds, if you have 2 of those pans, and those pans must have landed inside your pants, and you have 2 of those pans in your pants, you will become $200 richer. You'll take the lead. Otherwise, it's going over there to the blue team. We all set over here. We know what we have to do. The mom's going to launch. The dad's going to set it off over here, and I think we're ready to do this for $200. On your mark, get set, go! Here goes the first pie. Put it on there and launch it. Yeah. Do they catch that? Do they catch that? I can't tell our judges. Yes, we have 1. And, oh, no, fell down there. We got 1 over here, and, oh, right in the face. I can't believe it. Can we get the next pie up there? Pull it back, and... You're launching like crazy. You guys may want to step back. You may want to step back. Whoa! Sit in that helmet. We're down to about 5 seconds. He's got 2 over there. They have to get 1 more. No, it didn't happen. You got 1. You got 2. $200 goes over there to that side of the board. Nice try. Let's go over here and play some more Family Double Dare. Got everybody all right? It is now $200 to the Gack Watchers, but we have $475 for these Slime Busters. I have some whipped cream on my finger in this $50 question. What is the 9th sign of the zodiac? Would bring you over the $500 mark, or you could dare them.
Dare.
Now worth $100. What's the 9th sign of the zodiac, or the zodiac? Or you could double dare them back. There comes our other member.
Double Dare.
Double Dare.
Now worth $200. Are you going to take another physical challenge?
Physical challenge.
9th sign of the zodiac, Sagittarius, a $200 physical challenge. Lots of challenges. All 4 of you join me right over here. Hi, Dad. Well. You know what, Mom and Dad, you go over there and see Chris, and I need the kids over here because we have some seats and we have some spitballs. And young lady, if you could sit right over here, and sir, if you could just sit right over here, I would appreciate it. Now, normally, if you're in school and you throw spitballs, you get into lots of trouble. You get into major trouble. But today we will reward you by taking one of these and heaving it over here in this direction. And what you want to do is get a direct hit right over here on to the target. Let me show you what it's going to look like. This is a direct hit, folks. That's a direct hit, all right? Now, you need to do that 5 times. You need to get 5 direct hits right up over there. If you do that in 30 seconds, you will get $200. Otherwise, it's going over there to that side. Now, folks, you must stay behind this line. You can move to and fro, left and right, but you are not allowed to move in front of this line. 5 direct hits, and our judges will be out there judging. Can they do it? 30 seconds, $200 at stake. On your mark, get set, go! Toss them over there. Does that count as 1? We've got 1 now, they say. We need to get, there's 2. They need to stay on just for a few seconds. We've got 2. We need to get 3 more. We've got 2. Looking for 5, and there's 3. We need 2 more. 2 more is what we need. We need 2 more. Can we get them? There's 4. 1 more would do it. 1 more would do it. And yes, they got it. Our judges say yes. Put $200 on this side of the board. They have $675. And here's what we're going to do, folks. We're going to add that money over there, and the slime busters have control of this next question. How many years did Rip... Oh, well, we don't know how many years Rip Van Winkle slept. He slept 20 in reality, but that sound means it's the end of the game with $625. The winners are the blue team, the Slime Busters. Congratulations. You'll take that money to the family Double Dare obstacle course, and we have the Gack Whackers, who were magnificent contestants. They have $200. Thanks for being here. And
I'm sure that was all fun and games, right? Now let's take a look at this round 2 from Double Dare 2000 Celeb Special. Prepare yourself about how little happens here.
Right now is $175 for No Authority, $150 for Intune. Intune, I might stick to the pies. The oil thing didn't suit you. And remember, folks, in this round, any physical challenge can become a Triple Dare challenge worth $300 and a really cool prize. These guys are going back and forth all game. No Authority, you now have the lead again. You now have control again, and you have this $50 question. I'm trying to remember a TV show I saw the other day that starred Peter McNichol. It was called Allie. Allie what? I think Ricky was like, oh, come on, I know that. We're gonna dare. They're daring. Okay, surprise, but they're daring in tune. Very good. Okay, Allie what? Peter McNichol is in Allie what? TV show. Double Dare. I think I see a little physical challenge competition go here. Okay, they're double daring. It's now worth $200 for a physical challenge. Allie McBeal. What's that? McBeal. McBeal is right. Okay. They fooled them, and they fooled me. I've been fooled a couple of times today. Okay. Some strategy going here. They knew they didn't know it. They went for $200, and you got it. So it's $375. You now have control, a big lead. And this question: someone just gave you a fluffy Persian for a pet. Did they give you a hamster, a guinea pig, or a cat? A Persian. I'm gonna dare. They're daring again. Okay, in tune. They are daring you again. They're double daring back again. Okay, $200 or a physical challenge. We're gonna take the physical challenge. This time, they're gonna take the physical challenge. Okay, the answer, by the way, a Persian is a cat. A cat. They didn't take it last time, fooled everybody. Now they're taking it. Come on down, all 4 of you guys. Right over here. Come right over here. You know, we're talking about these other jobs you guys might have had, that kind of thing, oil delivery, pie delivery. Well, how about baker? Great. Good, good. Because let's see how you do baking a cake for everyone in this studio audience. We have something called the Mega Cake Maker that we're going to bring out here. Mega Cake Maker. Check this thing out. Check this thing out. You know what? 2 of you guys come over here and get into these seats here. 2 of you guys, the other 2 of you go around the back. And I will describe this. You see, on this plate here, we have 1 layer of cake. We want to make a 7-layer cake, though. We want to add 6 layers. So we're bringing out layers of cake right now. There are layers of cake all around you here, and you have frosting in your seats here. See that frosting? Look how tasty that looks. You're going to add the frosting in between each and every layer of this cake. Now, the problem is the cake is going to grow very high into the sky, so we need to be able to send you up so that you can make this cake as high as it can be. And that's your job back there. You have controls. See these controls? It says up and down. So when I say go, you will send them up and down. Who's ready here? You're ready. Send him up. Let's see how it goes. There you go. Kind of shocked you there. Now send him down. Send him down. Very good. That will help you in making this 7-layer cake. If you make the 7-layer cake in 30 seconds, well, that's worth $200 for your charity. You've won the physical challenge, but you know we can always make this cake just a little more fun. Tia, bring out the Triple Dare Challenge box. Here it comes. Here it comes. Now, in this box, you know what I should tell you? You guys who do the controls and move up and down, you can't help actually with the layers of cake. That's your job. Your job is to work the layers of cake. Now, if you want to make it more interesting, you can go for what's in here. Makes it worth $300 for your charity. And such a cool prize, Tiffany. What's the cool prize?
The Toys R Us gift card. It lets kids shop for all the latest toys, games, and more at any Toys R Us store in the USA.
Okay, so it's worth the $1,000 gift card for your charity. Also $300. You guys look ready. What do you want to do? Help them out, folks. What do you want to do? They say yeah. I think we're gonna have to go. They're gonna take the Triple Dare Challenge. Okay, let's see what's in the box here, shall we? It's a candle. Because you know what? No cake is complete without a little candle on top. So after you do 7 layers of cake, I'm going to give you a candle right over here somewhere. Yeah, there you go. Hang on to that. When that cake's complete, after you've done 7 layers, put a little candle on top. If you do that, you get $300. You get the $1,000 gift card for your charity. If not, it all goes over here to Intune. And you know after what you did in that first question, they're rooting against you. Here we go. 30 seconds on the clock. On your mark, get set, go! Putting the cake layer on, that's 1. And they're on to layer number 2. Gotta add frosting. 2 layers, and we're on to layer number 3. We have 20 seconds left. Down they go, and up, and 4. Well, they got 4 layers adding frosting, and down they go. Swing it around. 5, it's gonna be close. Gotta add frosting. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, there goes the cake. No! You had to get 7. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You only got 6. That means $300 in the gift card to Intune. Intune feels vindicated. Come on back. Come on back. All right, that buzzer means that it is the end of the game. So, back and forth it went, but with $450, Intune is going to the course. No authority, you guys are great. Thanks for playing. Intune's going to run to the slot course.
I cannot believe the difference here. Black and white, if you will. For the 992 round, we got 4 given questions and 2 challenges, but 2000 gave us 2 questions and 1 challenge. That's literally half of the stuff from 8 years before. And as you may have timed, we were just over 6 minutes, and we got a good chunk done with Mark, and each challenge took around 2 minutes at most to explain and complete. This is great because Mark knew how to be short, sweet, and to the point. In Jason's episode, it took 4 minutes to do 1 challenge. He could not explain things simply and just had to pad out his own runtime to make things seem more pretentious. And yeah, Triple Dare Challenge aside, they got 6 minutes and got less done. It shows how little Jason and even some of the crew were in preparation for the games, and they had no real idea how to get in on the action. While that successful Double Dare was impressive, there was only one other successful one in this version of the show. It also proved that the environment really lacked confidence, so this would be the same for the audience. While we're on the topic of the challenges, the designs look kinda cheap, even more inexpensive than those from the 90s, and that it all felt like a weird commercial for kids to send money to Nick and try out these challenges at home, even against their parents' explicit wishes. The simple nature of the 90s ones had more charm because it was all unassuming and ready to please, and I'm always happy to visit those challenges whenever I want to. It's just a fun time to see those again. At the end of the main game, though, the losing team gets their money and some prizes. Now here's the thing, in the 90s, the minimum was $100 and you got some toys, but in 2000, the stakes were $200, although in Part A of the reboot, if a team finished with 175 or less, sometimes their total was not bumped up to 200. This was thankfully fixed in Part B. But it was never clear if they went home with nothing else or if they picked stuff backstage, because it would just cut to the winning team on the course. And in that case, some of the winning team scores weren't all that high. Like the pilot gave us this minimum.
End of the round, the red team with $375 is our champion. They are the champion. Blue team, a great match. A great match. You do, they're going nuts. You do get to keep the $200.
Yeah, $375 is not a lot, even back then. And later, thanks to Jason's hindrances, we rarely got over $600. Although midway through the show, we did get a record of $875. For the 90s show, on the other hand, we got several teams over $700, and things really paid off well for them literally and figuratively, because Mark gave them the confidence to win it all, unlike Jason, who was all bumbling. It seemed like he was more worried about his own payment. Now it's time for the part of the show that's most remembered, the obstacle course. The teams must complete 8 obstacles in 60 seconds to win a trip alongside other stuff. Some of these obstacles would stay forever, like Down the Hatch, The Tank, Sunday Slide, Picket, while comeback obstacles would be given for 2,000, like Bye Bye Birdie, Drumroll, and It's in the Mail. And some exclusives were given here as well, like Happy Birthday, Big Banana, and the Gak Factory. Unfortunately, some of these obstacles have crude redesigns, like In One Ear used to be Mark's head, now it's an overly deformed caricature. Picket's nose actually sneezes on you, making searching that much more difficult. The Blue Plate Special now has gungier yellow gack in the sandwiches, like the BLT, and even gungier stuff for the pizza, again enhancing difficulty extremely. And some of these obstacles will be given unnecessary renames, like the Sunday Slide is now just desserts, although it technically was given that name once in '87. The Tank is now the Gak Vat, and It's in the Mail is now special delivery. The worst offenders, however, are revamping 2 particular obstacles. One is Dallas, which involved 3 pink or purple tubes of chocolate that one had to crawl through to grab the flag on the end. But now it was named Baked Alaska Pipeline, and it was a disaster. Instead of drizzles of chocolate like before, it was like a whole tub of chocolate for each tube, along with the titular Baked Alaska. And this could take up to 20 seconds for kids to complete due to how thick and slippery the chocolate was, thus denying kids and their families so many grand prizes. The other obstacle that was badly remade was Double Click. This was initially known as Hut and Peck for 1989 and 1990, wherein all that the player did was hit one of 7 buttons to pop up the flag from the center. Now though, you had a whole keyboard of upwards of 26 buttons to step on to light up the digital flag before grabbing the rear one. And mostly they'd step on all the buttons and nothing would happen, and granted, they fixed this issue later on in the show, but yeah, all the damage was done. One poor kid had to suffer both of these obstacles.
Oh, here goes Ben. Here he goes. Working his way nicely around that corner. Uh-oh, getting held up a little bit. It's slick. 52 seconds. Here he comes. The chocolate is slippery. He's trying. He's struggling. Gets to the end and grabs a... Nicely done through the kid wash. All right, we're on the computer. Number 5, 22 seconds left. He's jumping around. He's jumping around. I told him not to stop for video games. He's still jumping. It hasn't lit up yet. 12 seconds, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Which one is it? 5, 4, 2, 1.
You got black.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes at the very end. Okay.
Now, it's comparison time. Let's take a look at one obstacle course from each of the shows and pinpoint their distinctions. Here's an I-2 episode.
On your mark. Get set, go! There you go, all the way down. There's the flag. Here comes the exchange. Pass it on across. You're wasting time. Where is there's the flag with 52 seconds remaining. Let's see if she can make it across all the way. Now she decided, okay, go all the way up there on that run. There you go. Help her up. And all the way across now. That's the way to do it. Grab that flag. We'll move over to that garbage truck.
Find that flag. Where is it? Where is it? I know it's here. This has given us more problems throughout the years. There's the flag over here through obstacle number 4, which is the soda jerk. Jump on that. Go to the next one. There it is. Over here through the kid wash. Obstacle number, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I lost track. That's 5. 5 is coming over there. Reach up and grab that flag. 17 seconds. We're going over to the GaS Geiger. GaS Geiger is doing it. Come on, come on, come on. We need to get up there and grab that flag. Go ahead and do it. 8 seconds remaining. Come on down. Oh, with 5 seconds, we're going over to Danos with 2 seconds. Oh, no, time ran out. Listen closely. Did they? Yeah, they got it. Give him number 7. Give him number 7.
No problem. They got the home theater, the camping package, the camera, the table tennis, the bikes, the telescope, and the skates.
That was an amazing slide over there. He came in. He was safe. They got 7 out of 8. Great time here on Family Double Dare. Hope you had a good time. We always do. See you on the weekends, 5, 4 Central here on Nickelodeon. See you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.
I'm sure that was fun to watch once again. Now for 2000.
All right, you look great up there. 60 seconds on the clock. On your mark, get set, go! And there she goes. And there she is. And she grabs that flag. A little help there. Good. All right, we're on to number 2. Going for those party poppers. And do we see that flag? Do we see it? There it is. I got 2. 45 seconds left to go to the hamster wheel. Dad, let's see if he can do it. Right up 1. Right up 2. All the way up to 4, 5, 6. Very good. Very good. Grab that flag. Grab that flag. Okay. The big banana. Dig that banana, Gat. I'm up close and personal. You got it. Keep going. The GaS Factory. All right. Hang on tight. Here you go for a ride. All the way across. Oh, getting sprayed. I'm getting sprayed here, too. Okay, going all the way across. Oh, hang it. Hang it for dear life. Jumping the balls. Oh, my, okay. All right. Everybody's okay. And we're moving on. 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, all right. Stop right there. Stop right there. That's right. Lock Mom in right over there. Lock Mom in. Okay, we're going to stop right there. You got some good stuff. Tiffany, tell them what they've got.
I got the Reebok watches, the Toys R Us gift cards, the Yamaha keyboard, the Putt Putt golf, the Tynograph bike package, the Ski World Busch Gardens passes for a price package totaling $2,270.
All right. Yeah. Next time. Look at you.
It's another night and day situation. 1992's course had moderate difficulty while still trying to be fun for everyone. Mark's narration adds to the fun despite his little flaw, and that they were also willing to keep the fun around by the audience's true enthusiasm, and those prizes were truly worth something for the time and now. But that's getting ahead of myself. In 2000, though, there are some pretty clear hindrances. The gumdrop has many more balls than earlier, so is more of a hazard this time around. The GaS Factory is super slow and not quite safe. There's a bit of a drop for someone to fall down before the pit, as seen here. Down the hatch's mouth, or rather big mouth, is permanently open, leaving no barrier between the player and the slide, and the placements of the middle obstacles are awkward for some of them to be so distant from one another, especially considering that this is basically the exact location and size of the previous show. Jason's disengaged commentary and misaimed humor really doesn't help matters either, but I see why these families were around to begin with. And there were a lot of little kids in the audience, so they had nothing better to watch. And I kind of see how they would be attached to this. I don't blame them. Stats-wise here, we had 14 wins out of 67 courses, or 20.8%, and even including the 2 pity wins late into the show, it's still not even a quarter for the rate of success. Using all of Family Double Dare, even the Great Fox season, it was a whopping 27 wins for 95 episodes, as in a good 28.4, a good margin to win that Double Dare 2000 simply could not reach. To make matters worse, Jason would force the families, regardless of how many prizes won, to go into even more mess than they had in the first place due to his hubris. His engagement really was out of Nick's element here. And speaking of which, this one is going to be rather shorter than the rest of the stuff, so this will be a breather. When it comes to game shows, most are meant to entice the audience and engage them for what's to come. There is an audience to be there after all. Looking at what the original Double Dare was, They were directly encouraged to guess the answers along with the contestants and were constantly promoted to be on the show.
The Airheads, Chris and CB, according to their ads, if you deserved a break today, what restaurant would you go to?
Physical challenge.
I don't believe this. Audience, if you deserved a break today, what restaurant would you go to? Sure, you deserve a break today. Okay, well, maybe they need to change that.
Tom have an idea for a Double Dare stunt that we can use. Send it to Double Dare, 1775 Broadway, New York, 10019. And if we use your stunt, we'll send you a Double Dare t-shirt. And now back to you, Mark.
People were there to play along with the show physically aside from seeing Mark and the gang. I specifically say the gang because we had common crew members like Dave and Robin to help out for the challenges as well as add to the humor.
Dave is going to do a swan dive into the marina just like this. Ready? Oh! Way to go! And how do you feel? I got no Reeboks and no
is one
socks.
aspect that AGL didn't have so many fans and media to this day.
But sometimes Robin was at a loss for words. You all know the lovely Robin. She left the aquarium in the freezer. Why did you do this?
It worked.
Hey.
This is why we pay her the big bucks.
Now I bet you're wondering.
Hey, all right. What a great ad lib.
So
one day, I surprised her with this.
We
have a new book coming out that she has written. It's called Hey, Robin Speaks.
For the 90s and even
And it's by Robin.
Double Dare was offering prizes that included.
It's by Robin,
but
as
far
told
from
to Dave,
limited to
and it's
Batman
called
sets,
Hey.
Fuji
And
cameras,
I don't know if it's an awful thin book there, Robin.
tabletop
Any particular
soda
reason for that?
rings, picnic
Hey,
baskets,
all right.
these
Thank you so much. Round of applause for Robin. Look for that in stores everywhere. Hey.
Magna bikes, Escapade luggage, CD players, Tyco
Somebody
turbo
would
hoppers,
dive through all
Snark
that gook and
sailboats,
gack,
and
get all
Head Start
slopped up for this
computers.
crowd over here. I'll give you a Double Dare t-shirt, some pants, shoes.
The
I'll give you a
grand
whole new
prizes,
outfit. Who would like to do
however,
that? Anybody over here
were
want
what
to do
people
that?
really dealt for.
This
In
gentleman over
88
here?
and 90,
Where?
they were
Where?
offering
This
Dodges
guy?
and Ford
You
Escorts.
want to try? Let me see. Boy,
which
there's so
were
many people. I
hugely
want to see some
expensive at
energy,
the
some
time, and
enthusiasm.
certainly
I
were
need to find
big
this guy right over here.
sponsorship
Come on over here.
obligation for these
Come on down.
companies
That's
and
what
the
I wanted to
network
see.
and
Somebody
hope that they
really was
get
anxious to do
the
this. Hi
necessary
there, sir. What
revenue,
is your
and
name?
boy, were they really
Gus,
going
where you
for
from?
it.
Mesa, Arizona.
In
Mesa,
1992,
Arizona. You ever watch
however,
Double Dare on television?
They were exclusively
And did you ever think
trips,
that you get a
although
chance to
Fox
demonstrate an
occasionally
obstacle here for all
offered
these
them
folks?
alongside the car.
Well, I want you to get as messy as you can. I'll meet you on the
These
other
trips
side. Go ahead, start those feet
included
going, and let me
Roseland
see you go on the other side. Go ahead. Here we go.
San Diego,
Go on, go.
Niagara Falls, Club Med,
Gus did a
and of
great job.
course,
Give him a round of
Universal
applause.
Studios
Not only do we have a
itself.
t-shirt for him right over
These
here, but we got a whole
trips
new
aged so
outfit.
well
Slime Canal in
in
Wando.
that
All
these
you
results
have to
may
do is
stay the
dive
same
through. As a
with
matter of fact, let me show you
ideal
how.
updates that will
There's a
engage
gentleman
you
over
with
here.
trying
What
to
is your
win
name,
and be
sir?
on the real show and win
Harold,
them.
I didn't mean to wake you up there. Do me a
Even
favor.
the
Could you take off
even
your
the
watch and your
losers
ring a second?
earlier
Because I want to
got
ask you to do a
some
favor
good
for me. I need you to
material
in fact,
alongside
walk over
their
here with me. Go. You're going to give him the watch and the ring.
So useful
And
that Tiger
what I
Lily
want you to, I'll take the ring, or you can give it to, I guess that's your wife. I need you to demonstrate what it would look like to go through the slime canal. You ready to do that for me?
Nickelodeon, why not?
Why not?
But of course,
All right, give it a
is
shot. Let me
infamous
see.
for
Dive on
changing
through and
these
get the
cards
flag.
on a dime.
Yeah, grab the flag. Dive
And
on
we get
through.
all this stuff that's even more dated than Brodreick.
I don't believe it. And if you do this correctly, Harvey
Let's
wins the
compare
grand
the
prize
prizes for
tonight.
2000 here. We have no idea what the consolation prizes are aside from the constant plugs at the end. So God knows what's given backstage. Here, though, a lot of the prizes are kiddie stuff with excessive self-promotion like unwired walkie-talkies, Yamaha drums, Toys R Us gift card, Vertical Bite, Universal Studios Escape, Zenith TV, early PlayStation, Rollerblades, Putt-Putt Golf, Papa John's gift card, and Gateway Astro PC. Grand prizes, though: Busch Gardens, The Fun Factory, Escutney Mountain Resort, Premier Cruise Line, and Sheraton Bell Harbor. So many of these trips were practically exclusively popular at the start of the new millennium. They felt like trips where you just begged your kids to get off your back just to go to them. I see why most of these resorts in question have dipped so hard. The retailers were probably doing whatever they could to get all this merchandise out of there because sometimes they really just want people to win that stuff with no build-up and not like those instant prizes for Nickelodeon Arcade. It is kind of the case when it came to that Triple Dare challenge to sell one more of that item to satisfy inventory as well as the execs at Nick, so each party earns that moolah, however. But it seems like after 2 years, all the players who won these prizes were fully outgrowing the material to the point where
Here's a Nick.com question. Very nice from Jenna in Worcester, Ohio. Thank you so much, Jenna. The question is, who was the first gymnast to score a 10 in the Olympics? Was it Mary Lou Retton, Nadia Comaneci, or Kerry Strug? First gymnast to score a perfect 10.
The fun is fun while it lasts. And when it does have a positive
Nadia
feeling,
Comaneci is right up to $100.
Alas, the fun is fun while it lasts, and when it does, it is a positive feeling, and somehow I do find fascination in what I see in this show. So let's talk more politely about that. Now I bet you're wondering, throughout all the hardships and chaos, what do these people end up winning? Well, there's a bunch of stuff to run down in these prizes, starting with the 1990 show. For the 90s and even 1988, Double Dare was offering prizes that included, but far from limited to, badminton sets, Fuji cameras, York stereos, tabletop soccer games, picnic baskets, Eastpak backpacks.
It's a bottle of Palmolive dish soap.
Magna bikes, Escapade luggage, CD players, Tyco turbo hoppers, Snark sailboats, and Head Start computers. The grand prizes, however, were what people really delved for. In 88 and 90, they were offering Dodges and Ford Escorts, which were hugely expensive at the time and certainly were a big sponsorship obligation for these companies and the network in hopes that they'd get the necessary revenue, and boy, were they really going for it. In 1992, however, they were exclusively trips, although Fox occasionally offered them alongside the car. These trips included Roseland Ranch, San Francisco, San Diego, Niagara Falls, Club Med, and of course, Universal Studios itself. These trips age so well in that these resorts may stay the same with ideal updates that will engage viewers to try to tune in and be on the real show and win them. Even the losers earlier got some good material alongside their cash, even if they aren't so useful, like a Tiger Robot or Hershey syrup, or material like an Acclaim game and funny foam soap. But of course, Nickelodeon is infamous for changing these plugs on a dime, and we get all this stuff that's even more dated and egregious.
Long-lasting candy that looks as great as it tastes. Lots of outrageous flavors and awesome ring shape. Ring Pops, great taste, never looked so cool. And Skechers footwear, makers of fun, exciting, cool shoes, sneakers, and boots. Skechers, it's the best.
Let's compare the prizes for 2000 here. We have no idea what the consolation prizes are aside from the constant plugs at the end.
Promotional consideration provided by Reebok. You can compete against yourself and your friends with Reebok Trackstar, the first smart shoe with the built-in microchip that measures how fast you run and how high and far you jump. And by America Online. With the kids-only channel in Nickelodeon, it's the most popular place online for kids. AOL. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. And by Mrs. Butterworth. Mrs. Butterworth is thick and rich for everyone, but does she only talk to kids? You better believe it. Now try strawberry, apple, cinnamon, and buttery cinnamon.
So God knows what's given backstage. Here though, a lot of the prizes are kiddie stuff with excessive self-promotion like unwired walkie-talkies, Yamaha drums, Toys R Us gift card, Universal Studios Escape, Zenith TV, early PlayStation, rollerblades, Putt-Putt Golf, Papa John's gift card, and Gateway Astro PC. Grand prizes though, Busch Gardens, The Fun Factory, Ascutney Mountain Resort, Premier Cruise Line, and Sheraton Bell Harbor. So many of these trips were practically exclusively popular at the start of the new millennium. They felt like trips where you just begged your kids to get off your back just to go to them. I see why most of these resorts in question have dipped so hard. The retailers were probably doing whatever they could to get all this merchandise out of there because sometimes they really just want people to win that stuff with no build-up and not like those instant prizes for Nickelodeon Arcade. It is kind of the case when it came to that Triple Dare challenge to sell one more of that item to satisfy inventory as well as the execs at Nick. so each party earns that moolah, however. But it seems like after 2 years, all the players who won these prizes were fully outgrowing the material to the point where they had no idea what they won for it, let alone why they wanted it in the first place. Alas, the fun is fun while it lasts, and when it does, it is a positive feeling, and somehow I do find fascination in what I see in this show. So let's talk more politely about that. As mid or even abysmal as this show can be, there are some undeniable positives. For example, Brooks the chimp, the local primate to help demonstrate challenges and obstacles, was the same primate seen on Figure It Out.
Is it chipmunk?
No. Here comes your first clue, you guys. Brooks, the clue chimp.
All right, what's happening?
There's your first clue.
He was indeed a cute addition to the show as a matter of charm and character.
Okay, number 6 is the drum roll. Hey, look, there he is. And you're going to do just like this. Watch, Brooks. You're going to walk all the way down, setting that thing rolling all the way down to the end. When you get to the end, you're going to jump off, you're going to grab the flag, and...
Another thing that I enjoy, the announcer Tiffany. She's always so spunky and vibrant in her delivery, which is spot on, especially when announcing the opening.
These two teams are tempting those AC appetites with GaS bananas as they put a banana barrage through the cage bars. The first team to catch 5 bananas gets control of round 1. On the show, where winning is appealing. Double Dare 2000!
Or the prizes.
Wow! They won the outdoor package, the McGregor sports package, the Sony PlayStation, the rollerblades, the Samsung cameras, the Dynacraft bikes, the Escape Salsa sailboat, and they're going to Hawaii for a prize package totaling $5,712. Go Red Team!
While she could never live up to the standards as Harvey,
Unbelievable! Come on over here! Listen closely, Harvey will tell you everything you won!
Mark, they've got the Academy Brodreick products, the car stereo, the bikes, the TV, the keyboard, the vacation, the cash, and the car. A prize package of over $23,000.
especially with his interactions towards Mark within such chemistry.
Harvey's been nice enough to volunteer and help me illustrate some secrets that can help you conquer some of our most famous obstacles, like the Sunday slide. Most popular one, you think?
Has to be the ones the kids talks about the most, yep.
The one that'll hurt you the most, though, is when you put your foot in the chocolate pudding. You're dead meat if you touch that. The real secret is to put your foot underneath the railings on either side. Show him, Harvey. Just like this. Look how quickly he gets up. Ta-da! And I'd slop on the ringer. Actually, there are 2 hints. One of the most important is, on the way down, if you can grab the flag, you'll pick up precious seconds. You'll lose time if you have to go back. But you'll never get down this ramp unless you turn the crank in the right direction, just like this.
I had no idea this was going to be so educational, Mark.
Harvey, we're always doing educational segments on our program.
You don't say.
I remember the time when, hey, where's my flashback music?
Mark, we already did the flashback. Are you going to crank me through or what?
Oh, yeah. That's about it. Thanks, Harv. Thanks for helping me out on this.
Hey, a lot of fun, and I'm so glad we got through this tape without showing that silly obstacle course.
Oh, thanks for reminding me. Well, you got to see it. We've been talking about it this entire time. What happened? A bunch of us were just fooling around on the obstacle course one day. They were rolling tape, and, well, you be the judge.
And we're looking right at the beginning there.
Here goes the Sunday slide. Look how fast. Probably record time, don't you think, Harvey?
That is amazing, Mark. Oh, look at this form. Woohoo! Right on his bombosity. Isn't that nice?
No flags. We just have to tag you. And
Are we dancing or tagging? When is that?
You're looking reluctant to go in there.
All right.
Yeah, what a
is there
mess.
any wonder? Look at that.
Here I go over to Icy Track. I'm really quick. Now, you have to go to the tank. There's an egg. Somebody's throwing
slinging eggs at you, Mark. All right, the tag's made, and now it's on into the tank. Ooh.
Very nice. Now, I get to go to the slime canal, but I think we're going to miss it.
Look at the way I slide down those toadstools. Ooh, that's nice.
And here is Granny's attic. This is for you, and a surprise by Dave there.
A close personal friend of mine, Dave, yeah. Now, we're a little confused. What are we doing? Oh, there
it's me on the tire swing. And
now watch this cheat move right there, kids. Whoa!
Well, all we have to do is tag the glove, and we already are down to just 52 seconds. Touch it!
Here you go.
Look at that, Harvey. We did it in 10 seconds.
Now, Mark, I believe they set the clock at 99, if you'll remember.
Oh, that's right. And here's one other tip. This is how you get clean after the obstacle course. Boom! Just like that.
She seemed to have really been enjoying her job and was happy to entertain us. The third thing worth mentioning is the obstacle improvements. For one thing, the Sunday slide now has an easier chocolate slide to climb. Another thing is that there's a big, more abstract standard in art for the obstacles like the kid wash or special delivery, and even the tank has a barrel of the stuff above you to add more fun to the jump. We even have a literal twist on the monkey bars, the helix. Fourthly, the music is fire, like it's such a good instrumental. Just for fun, I'll play the original just to express how well they tried to be on the same wavelength. Lastly, the quality that is most important to me is seeing good teams perform. There were some truly talented teams in the show, and it really amazes me how well they did.
It's the best cake I've ever seen. That buzzer means it's the end of the game, so it's $750. The Rockets' red glare is our champion. Very good, and well-deserved, too. You guys played a great game, Blue Team Dominators. You get $575. Thank you for coming out. You ready, Mom?
I'm ready.
Okay, very good. 60 seconds on the clock. On your mark, get set, go! Down she goes and grabs the flag fast. They heard Hawaii, and they are running like madmen. Number 2 is done. Dad heads over number 3. Oh, look at him pumping away. Got up to the 6. Down goes the flag. And we're on to the Baked Alaska Pipeline. And the band plays on. Here we go. Working his way through. And he gets the flag. Gets the flag. There you go. On number 5. She dives through. Very fast. Grab that flag, Mom. Okay, we have 28 seconds left. Number 6, the blimp. Kyle wanted to get messy, and there it is. Find that flag. Grab it. Go, Dad. Here we go to the gumdrop. 20 seconds left. They're through. They're through 7. Here we go. 17 seconds. Find the flag. They got it. They did it. They're going to Hawaii.
These teams really were dedicated to the program, and that indeed makes me smile. And that brought that same happiness to other viewers of Y2K. Now that we're happy, it's time for a bit of an intermission.
You are watching
Nick GaS.
Taking you behind the scenes of Nickelodeon's new Double Dare 2000.
Hey everybody, I'm Jason Harris. I am the host of Double Dare 2000. All right, let me show you guys some of the stunts that actually make up our slopstick course. This is called the soda jerk. What happens here is the contestants jump around on these platforms and grape soda, orange soda, lime soda pours all over their head. We call this the Sunday slide, and if you love chocolate, this would be your favorite stunt. This slide here is all made up of chocolate. You would run on up it. It smells so good. You'd grab a flag, slide on down right into this hot fudge sundae. All right, and this one over here is Pickett. Now you see it's a giant, giant nose, and unfortunately he's always a little bit sick, so sometimes he sneezes on you. So, whoa, like that, yeah. But what you have to do in this one is dig through the nostrils, grab the flag, and when you do, you win.
Look for Nickelodeon's newest host, Jason Harris, on Double Dare 2000.
Double Dare is back, and this time, we are really playing dirty. Only on Nickelodeon.
Hey, it's time for our intermission, and before starting all this, I just want to take time to say I read your feedback on the pilot episode of Double Dare 2000. I read about how people had nostalgia for the show, how they want to be on it, and I also read the negatives about like how the blue team got robbed since they pulled the lever in time, but it got stuck, the anchovy barrel, but I also was fascinated with like how attached people got to the show with all the challenges and the environment. So I do appreciate that there are fans for the show, even if I really quickly outgrew it. But I'm pretty happy with how commercially successful my video was. Now, I want to talk about this thing called Game Show Garbage. It was a blog that hosted a lot of old reviews for game shows, and not to mention specific episodes. This is an article from, I believe, 2011. It appears that way. So, basically, I'm going to review a Double Dare 2000 episode with this. And it talks about episode, I believe, 61Q. One of my favorite shows in the entire world was Double Dare. I mean, who didn't want to go down the Sunday slide and get a bucket of slime dumped on them so they could win a few $100s and win a bike or a Nintendo? The host was the coolest in the world. Mark Summers, to kids, he was Don Johnson, Bon Jovi, and Wake Martindale all rolled into one. Sadly, I wept a bit when Double Dare ended in 1992. I was happy that it came back on the air in 2000, but that changed when I saw the irreparable damage that a new team had done to the show. First off, the host, Jason Harris. He definitely wasn't Mark Summers or anywhere close to being him. He sounded like his gonads got gnawed off by the whammy from Press Your Luck and had all the annoying qualities of Todd Pettengill, as if the Todd qualities weren't annoying by itself. Next, the announcer, Tiffany Phillips. She sounded like your stereotypical black DJ on your local rap station. Annoying, balmy, and definitely not Harvey. Even if she was bald and had a kick-ass beard, she wouldn't even come close to being him. Yeah, I disagree with that. She had great delivery. Now, with these two things out of the way, they needed some star power to get people to watch. Since the WWF at the time was very lewd and hardly anybody on there would be deemed Nick friendly, they approached WCW and got four of their best to be on the show. No, we're talking Lex Luger or Diamond Dallas Page. No, we're not talking Lex Luthor or Diamond Dallas Page. Instead, we got big stars like Corporal Occasion, The Wall or Sergeant AWOL, Big Vito, and Hacksaw Jim. Not surprising, this is all that they could get on short notice. I guess WCW Saturday Night and Worldwide were still taping at MGM, and they sent these four C-listers to this taping. Enough about that. Now let's get to the show. We kick off with the kids searching for pearls in a bowl of clam chowder, where you can see Hacksaw and Cajun trying to catch them in the air. Of course, since Hacksaw has Double Dare experience, he was on the show in 1989 facing off against Mr. Perfect in a losing effort. He won and got the $25 for his team. We see the teams now. Hacksaw and Big Vito with the WCW Hardcore Championship on his podium, dubbed the Red Rattlers. Then we get the blue team with Corporal Cajun and Sergeant AWOL, known as the Blue Blazers. The show proceeds as normal until everyone gets stumped on a Morse code question. So for the first physical challenge, we go. It's paint by numbers physical challenge. Yeah, this is one of the physical challenges that's too childish for me. I didn't really think this would work, especially since the colors do not match the exact ones in the logo. Okay, Vito's chosen here, so he and his partner don paintbrushes on their heads. Things were going fine until Vito missed and Bull charged the sign a la his tag team partner Johnny the Bull, giving the 100 to the Blue Blazers. So we get a buzzer and head to break. Yeah, it's pretty much one question, one challenge. Toss up for round 2 with these big running noses where you have to use towels to soak up the mucus and wring them out into the bucket. Needless to say, red team won, and they got stumped yet again to take the physical challenge. Host has a dilemma. Who to dress up as a baby in a high show for physical challenge? And they chose Vito, thanks to the audience. I don't know what was more embarrassing for him, this or having to be the toughest guy to wear a dress. Anyway, the Golds knocked off the 3 baby balls on the high chair. Vito just gets splattered. So, and this is where they come in this is where the Triple Dare challenge comes into play, worth $300 and an additional prize, and they get 4 balls out of the box. And Hacksaw, being a father of his own, knocked all the balls down in 10 seconds to win the game, and they win $575 and the $1,000 gift card to Toys R Us. RIP Toys R Us. So now we get to the obstacle course, and Vito is seen choking out Jason Harris. If only he did that in real life, then we might have been able to get a decent host like Dave Azer, or maybe even JD Roth to host the show. Dave Azer did appear in the final taping session, and to be honest, I do believe he had better delivery than Jason. He actually was friendly rather than condescending. Hacksaw acts like a total difference, and then the fun begins. They make it through 7 of the 8 obstacles and win over $3,500 in prize on the course, and over $5,000 total for the kids. Well, now this is over, it's time that Vito extracts some revenge. And what does he do? He slams the Todd Pettingill of game shows into the Sunday slide gack. What a fitting end to the show. However, we should all be thankful that Tony Schiavone wasn't there to declare this the greatest night in the history of game shows. Such hyperbole would be safe for this guy. Yeah, this website is a pretty good nostalgia trip because it served to show what early internet rants were about, especially on blogs like these. They were pretty cute, and I just love seeing all these comparisons that become relics of our time, no matter what they contain. I mean, Nickelodeon Studios Florida was really on the fritz with their game shows, and this is what they really wanted to rely on, but it did not exceed a season or 2. Speaking of... Speaking of which, I want to talk about looking at the studio in question. I was sadly too young to visit it, but it looks so cool. I would have loved to go along with my siblings. It had so much lore. It was colorful, had good stages. They had a lot of content in their backlogs. Oh, hey, they got Nick GaS and Teen Nick on there. And there was a bit of a there was a bit of a paint job later on, but seriously, given the working conditions of Florida and how animation was dominating, they really shat the bed on this. Pardon my French. But looking back, it really is a true product of its time because it showed really awesome material. Look at these sound stages. They're so cool. I also really like some of these promo materials, like this Double Dare one. They wanted us to get slime. They wanted kids to be kids. And I also had this special Nickelodeon Blast Zone. Hi, Angelica. I really like this picture too for all the kids who support the network. And you love that closing logo. This place really was a relic of its time, and sadly it got overshadowed by these two things. Blue Man Group and the California station. Nickelodeon Sunset. But looking back at these, they really showed what this was about. Stage 18 had both Double Dare 2000 and Figure It Out Wild Style. Oh hey, there's Blue and Dora on there. It's such a good product of time because Nickelodeon really was changing. Worse or better, who's to say, but it was just a time where generations were overlapping and how we were sharing our interests. Ooh, 10th anniversary thing. All these shows. Hey, someone recreated it. So yeah, the studio really was a relic of its time. I'm sad nobody can see it now, but I'm glad it lasted 14 years because there was still so much content in there. And they really had a lot of records. This studio, I really would have loved this place. It would have been such a big experience for me. And you know what? For all it's worth, we should dive into it. We're going to dive into Nickelodeon Studios, Orlando, Florida. To elaborate, this show was meant to breathe a new life into its own studio, Nickelodeon Studios at Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida. Alongside other projects like Taina, No One Knows Best, and even Slime Time Live, the 10th anniversary of the studio was intended to really revive the enthusiasm that made the show so special to begin with. For a bit of context, in 1988, Nick signed a 14-year contract with MCA, Universal's then parent company, and they were inclined to make a studio in Florida where you could see the shows that kids wanted to be on in person. Universal wanted families to be part of movies that they've enjoyed for years, and this movie-making industry would be its own entertainment form. For the first several years, the studio was bombarded with excitement. Daily visitors came by, game shows and sitcoms were consistently filmed with live spectators, and the slime geyser was spewing. The crowd was simply always pleased. Nickelodeon was at the top of their peak, making shows in Florida by a good margin. However, issues were inevitable. Florida was a right-to-work state, but its union laws weren't as reasonable as California's, so many of the shows that Nick planned on hosting, not to mention cast members, writers, producers, and directors, flew out from Orlando to Los Angeles to escape these holes. The problems have been arising for half a decade at this point, as so many projects at Florida were moving to California because they had better union laws, and there was more viability for talent there. This was sadly ironic because the point of Nick's Orlando studio was to fix the problems of high production costs and put more of the famous people in a new location, but these holes in Florida were proving to be too much. I mean, prior to Double Dare 2000, the only real game show that they were consistently filming was Figure It Out, as they were just doing studio tours and a little game lab in the meantime. The writing was on the wall for the studio, and even the youngest kids could see it. So when this game show got lukewarm reception at best, it was clear that it wasn't worth keeping around. And of course, at the time, the thing that was really dominating Nickelodeon's Cablevision was their own cartoons. Nicktoons, if you will. These were materials that were much more marketable than game shows because you'd be able to put multiple incarnations of your characters or worlds as toys, books, or games. But for Double Dare, while it had a game back in the 80s, the 2000 version had no viability for extra marketing. Sure, animated shows could take up to a year to produce one episode, unless you of course have groups that are very large enough to make around 20 at a time, in comparison to 2 hours for one Double Dare episode, but their stylistics of animation were bringing in the cash that Nick would be known for today, especially right now when it's full of corporate greed. And even those cartoons are being revived. As a result of this abundance in animation, our game show Double Dare 2000, along with the 2 sitcoms that it hosted for its finale, were out of the studio, while they relied exclusively on Slime Time Live. It was clear that they were really giving up on the studio, and they were just waiting to finish out their 14-year contract with Universal, and when that time came in 2005, everyone just quietly left everything behind. This substantially means that Double Dare 2000 is a mark of history for Nick, because unless you include 2003's Game Farm, which was even less commercially successful, Double Dare 2000 was the last active game show that was filmed there. This begs another idea. What else matters out of this game show that was otherwise panned and abandoned by viewers and Nick's leaders? Well, let's find that out.
Double Dare 2000 was recorded in front of a live studio audience in Nickelodeon Studios at Universal Studios, Florida.
As clearly given, the reboot of Double Dare carried a big sense of shame for Nickelodeon. After finishing the 18 taping sessions in July 2000, the first 11 were January through February, and the latter 7 were July, by the way. They nervously anticipated putting the episodes promptly on the air, which had been a staple of this reboot for most of its existence, as they released the episodes mere days after production. Episodes took much longer to air this time around, and instead of finishing around August 2000, it finished in November, and reruns were extremely sparse afterwards. Well, on the main channel, that is. Concurrently, episodes of Double Dare 2000 were released to Nick GaS as a desperate way to further commercialize the sub-channel, and it somehow worked because while all 4 versions of Double Dare were on the station, Double Dare 2000 somehow was ranking the most in views. In fact, it was the last version of the franchise to stay on Nick GaS. The classic era left in November 2004, Family and Sloppy left in October 2005, and 2000 stayed until the very last day in December 2007. This was a red flag, though, because on Halloween 2005, at 6 a.m., Nick GaS became fully automated, running this show along with 6 others in a constant, predictable, infuriating, pathetic loop. I'll let you see these schedules and you'll see why this was bad. Yeah. Who would want to see the same pair of episodes 4 times in a day, not to mention the same production loop? I can see so many kids tuning out to the station, and it really showed how the execs had given up on game shows here. So the last airing of Double Dare 2000 was Lightning Limbs on December 31st, 2007 at 1:30 in the morning. And after that, DD2K was gone off the air. In September 2015, Nickelodeon introduced The Splat, a Teen Nick block dedicated to good shows that predated 2006, and inevitably, DD2K was included. The trio that was aired was the infamous pilot, as you've clearly seen throughout this video, the Amanda Show and Snow Day episode, and the N-Tune episode. They knew that nobody truly wanted to remember this version of the show, because through the whole block's existence, especially when it was the 90s or all that, it was bombarded with family Double Dare. And during the Splat, we mostly got the classic era. Most of these encodes exist, by the way, so they felt simply obligated to include those few Double Dare 2000s for the sake of existing. You might be thinking, this is when people last got the chance to see this version on TV. Nope. It somehow made its way to Pluto TV as an attempt to revive the Nick GaS trend alongside the other shows, but it was very brief as it was a mere 9 months before its closure. This whole era showed that people were ever so complacent towards this reboot, and it showed. The 2000 show has never been included on Paramount Plus, Nick's primary service that signifies the seeming embarrassment that this blemish had. There was a contrast, though, one that really made the whole Double Dare franchise special once more, and that was none other than the 2018 version.
Two former teammates from the original show in Philadelphia return to face each other alongside their own kids. Both teams have to use those noodles to wrangle 3 balloons across the stage and into the container. First to finish gets $50 and control of the game. It's like deja vu, and also like deja vu. But, you know, second time's the charm. It's Double Dare.
Oh, you got it. Get back up. Get back up. Red team got 3 balloons in the game. Congratulations, guys.
It's Double Dare. And now, here's Liza Koshy.
Yes, this was the show that truly brought fans back. After over 17 years, fans got to see new action with the classic challenges and modernized fun done right. Our original host was now the announcer of the show, with the direct hosting abilities given to YouTuber Liza Koshy. This was outstanding because this was a true reboot. We had so many years to introduce new kids to the original show, whether it be online or personal recordings, and it was the point where the new kids were as old as the previous ones who had seen the show. In fact, there were indeed old players that returned with their new kids at times, which was such an amazing feat to see the generation gap. Mark was even able to catch his old charm like he did all those decades ago, and he even had fun doing it.
On your mark, get set, go! Oh, you found it right there! Oh my gosh! Grab it, grab it, grab it! Pass it! Pass it, pass it! There we go! Through the wall! And find that flag! Here it is! We're going down the hatch for obstacle number 3 with 50 seconds!
Especially when he relived the memories with the old celebs, too.
Man, this is going to be tight. Tell me who it's going to be. The blue team did it. 20 points for them. Congratulations. We're going to meet our blue team over here. What is your name, first of all?
Emily.
And you turned around and spit that in just a hair quicker than the red team, so you won it for your team.
I'm going to be dining out on this for years.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
And we know who this man is.
Hi, guys. My name is Josh Server.
And you were on a show called All That.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. We are glad to see you. Member of the Nick family, of course. And you, sir, what is your name?
Josh.
And what do you do, Josh?
I'm a full-time Double Dare fan, but I'm also a writer to make a little bit of side money.
That's
so,
nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
And you know her, you love her, you can't live without her. Say hello to Lori Beth. There she is from All That.
You guys have 20 points, control of round one. What do you say we meet the red team, starting off with this gentleman over here. What is your name, sir?
Derek.
Nice to see you here.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I feel like I'm in a dream. Can you guys pinch me?
Nice. Did you feel the pinch?
Yeah, I guess this is real. This is amazing.
It's real. And you, sir, what is your name?
Name's David.
What were your memories of Double Dare?
Oh, man, so many. I feel like I've been training for Double Dare my whole life.
That's what it is all about. And half of the team of Pete and Pete, Danny Timberelli. Here he is.
Hi, guys. What's happening? Hey, Mark.
And there's a gentleman you all know as well. Hello, Kel.
What's up, y'all? Y'all good? Good to see you.
All right,
Double Dare
teams. Please do not shout out any answer. We're doing 10 questions and go into an obstacle course.
This is the true legacy that Double Dare was meant to have. A reboot that helps the new generation understand the old and help combine them perfectly.
On your mark, get set, go! Woo! Get on down, Tyler! Raise the flag, pass it on! Boom! Flag hydrant, here we go! Grab the flag, move it on the clock! Let's go, let's go, let's go! Boom! He's straight through, in the toilet! He's got it! Next up is the tank! 10,000 balls! Boom! He's got the flag! They are moving fast! Over stuff! Where's the flag? Grab it! Go, go, go! Come on now! Okay, right there! Got it! Right there! Right there! On the ground! Right there! On the ground! You got it! Grab it! Grab it! Go! Come on down! Pop, lock it! Pop it! Lock it! Pop it! Lock it! Lock it! Take the next blocker! Take the next blocker! You got this! Get in there! Get in there! Where's the flag? Right there! Look down! Look down! Look down! Look down! Look down! Look down! Go on! Now stay down there! Get on there! You got it! You got it! Get on up! Hey! You don't scare him! You don't scare him! Get on up there! You got it! That's how you do Double Dare! He's doing a slime angel! Oh!
You got it all, the Yard Games gift card, the Kiwi Coast subscription, the karaoke machine, the David Buster's power car, the gaming chair, the indoor sky, the bicycle, and the trip to the Nick Resorts in Punta Cana, plus $1,250. You won it all!
Thank you guys, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you guys next time, only on Double Dare.
The scores are truly double this time around. The obstacles are fun, nostalgic, and you are guaranteed more slime than ever. So it really was a good deal by Nick to do this. Even if the show ended up being 7 episodes fewer than 2000, there were still live shows to go around, and it even had been the case since the early 2010s at the Nick Hotel, when they did it for several years there. Truthfully,
Double Dare 2018
is a faithful reboot for hosts and fans alike, and I love that. Now I bet you're wondering, what in the hell happened to Jason Harris? Well, after a payout by Nickelodeon, Harris moved over to voice work. For Cartoon Network, he voiced number 274 for Kids Next Door, but he got into critically planned projects once again, like voicing the announcer in Everyone's Hero, Victor in The Wild, Adam Flayman in B-Movie, and the titular feline in Top Cat 2011. However, he returned to Nick briefly to voice evil Unalak in Legends of Korra, and for Nick Jr., he was Borgoloff in Wally Kazam, and even Big Trouble for Team Umizoomi. But otherwise, he's faded into obscurity, and this may be for the better. You guys have stuck with me so long, and that is truly impressive because there is a lot of material that I wanted to put into this whole project. Upon revisiting Double Dare 2000, it really was not connected very well to me. I was pretty disappointed what I saw because of how greedy the execs got at trying to capitalize on nostalgia and then commercialize it. Nickelodeon's nostalgia was pretty much in its infancy, as the channel had been around for exactly 2 decades at that point. So to see them try, this really rubbed me the wrong way, because Double Dare had barely left the network to begin with. If they wanted to make a reboot successful, with fans like me really invested, then they needed to give it a lot more time for the fandom to build up, and truly make the popularity shine rightfully, and that's how the 2018 version did it right. Still, in the case of 2000, I really feel fascinated when I read people's comments and discussions about the show, as well as Nick GaS generally, because it was a huge staple in our childhoods, obviously, but it also influenced us to become game show fans and take actions into other committed projects in their lives that truly left an impact on us. This lukewarm show really triggered some unintentionally good memories for people, and that really satisfies me because people can be influenced in ways that we are not intended. I can pretty much make the same argument about All Grown Up because of its infamous flaws about their precocious characters and poorly aged scenarios, not to mention how cruelly written the problems are, yet people connect with the show because they want to fix the characters and make them live the lives that they want to, and how they should complete their own goals. Some media is meant to stay in a specific decade, and Double Dare 2000 is a pretty explicit example of this. When you look back on the other shows like Nick Arcade, Legend of the Hidden Temple, and Guts, they hold up because they were meant to popularize competitions that more people would face a bit later in their lives. And seeing the stylistics of the time really makes you feel rightfully nostalgic for what you experienced and what you wanted to face. So if you guys still like Double Dare 2000, that's admittedly fine. Otherwise, I think it's a fair opinion too. I just want you to know how polarizing this kind of reboot really was for people like me coming back to it. Nevertheless, I appreciate your time on this journey and how long it took me to take this together. I really feel like it was a pleasure to learn everyone's thoughts on the show and how its legacy comes around and what may come for the future, because there might be another game show that will be revived properly that all kids will love. This is the case with a Nick game show like Figure It Out. Not only did it take enough time for people to want it back, but it also brought the ideal amount of people to capitalize on modernizing a show to make it fun for the new generation. I personally enjoy seeing Jeff Sutphin as the host because he carried the full charm better than Summer Sanders did, and she had been leader of Nick GaS. 2012 really spoke volumes for Nick nostalgia, since we got the 90s or all that block, and then some for social media. Hopefully we can be there to celebrate that, because I know it will be a big accomplishment for us and networks and even corporate. Game shows really are special to me, and I'm glad you were able to share the interest and stay with me for it. We are circling these shows everywhere for hopefully even more generations to come. Nick GaS truly is a great time capsule. I'm so glad that I was able to help add all these schedules from 2006 to 2007 into the wiki so that other people could remember what they had seen on which day. It was a lot, but I know it was worth it. Side note, for some reason they listed Session Q for Double Dare 2000 as M. I really have no idea why that was, so I plastered it with the proper letter for sake of a cohesion. Now that I got Nick GaS wiki off the plate though, I'm glad to be supporting the archives of Game Show Network, because there are so many other game shows with reboots that are polarizing but still leave an impact about those times. More people are coming back to archive their recordings of these game shows that hit close to them and share them for all new people to see the prosperity which shall only grow. I'm proud of these archivists once again, because you'll never know when saving something as simple as a TV broadcast will matter in the future. I especially love those who save the commercials too, because they fulfill the nostalgic feel of revisiting your shows once again. And as you'd know, I love showing you all the ads that matter to me and attempts to remind us of how our youth shaped us. So now that we are approaching the very end of my project, I have to be polite and thank anyone who saw the whole thing or even checks back on parts that they truly remember, because it's been a months-long journey getting us here, and I hope it pays off well. Whether you are working on a big project, collection, or collaboration with people, take care of yourself, have some time to think, meet up with other people should there be any issues. I've had a lot of trouble trying to get this out thanks to that footage, and I'm glad that I finally got around to it. So I feel extra confident that all is done here. Nostalgia is great. I'm glad that I'm far from the only one who looks back on these things daily to help me get me through my life. It's good to understand what helps us become who we are today so that we can move forward into our lives and become even more successful people. I really am amazed by this because I'm in a big circle of friends who have the same reputation and know it'll pay off more when time permits. Having good friends is good. I'm very happy for it. I'm hoping that everyone else's lives is going to go well with their friends. I appreciate everyone's feedback and wish you all the best in life. Stay safe, healthy, and exuberant.
Take a look at this course. It is very dry, and I would like to mess it up. I would also like to give away that car. Fischler family, good luck. 60 seconds on the clock. On your mark. Get set. Go, Dennis. You can do it. Come on down and grab onto that flag. Up the ladder and down the chute. Here we go through the ringer. Obstacle number 2. She's starting that ringer up. That's very smart. Can she get through? Oh, great. Grab that flag. Pass it over to your daughter and get inside the birdcage. Obstacle number 3. Bye-bye, birdie with 45 seconds. Grab that flag. You need to get up there. Way to go. Come on over here. Obstacle number 4. We're going over the footbridge. Remember, she said she liked the outdoors. Well, she did a great job. Number 5 is the tank. Can they do it? They have 33 seconds. This could be a record. Hurry up and get out of there. Number 6 is the drawbridge. Okay. Grab that flag. Grab it up there. Number 7 is over here. And we are down to 24 seconds. Find that flag. Oh, my goodness. You got to go through it. Can you do it? Oh, you missed it. You missed it. Yes, you did it. With 17 seconds remaining. Unbelievable. Come on over here. Listen closely. Harvey will tell you everything you won.
Mark, they've got the Academy Broadway products, the car stereo, the bikes, the TV, the keyboard, the vacation, the cash, and the car. A prize package of over $23,000.
I don't believe it. Well, welcome to the slime canal over here. I got pulled in here. Well, how do you feel, Wanda?
Oh, wonderful.
Well, you should. You want a car. You want all that money. You guys really work terrific as a family. There's Dennis up there just having the time of his life. Well, I think I'll mosey out of here. And let me tell you, it's an amazing experience to go through that slime canal, as we found out tonight by various people. Thanks for joining us here on Family Double Dare. We had a great time. Join us every Saturday night right here on Fox. Thanks for being with us. Good night. Unbelievable.